This TikTok video destroyed her life. Apparently, she did something really bad. I don't know what it is. Hexagon said I would get angry. I would go mask off. So let's
This
check out what she
TikToker
did.
got 5 years in prison after a not-so-innocent dancing video ended the life of her friend. And the worst...
What?! We're 5 seconds into the video! We're 5 seconds into the video, damn it!
part is that at this point, things like this are becoming so much more frequent than what they should. It hasn't even been 2 weeks since we last covered one of these cases in which a TikTok video ended tragically due to the careless behavior of a teenage influencer. Then on top of that, both of these situations are just extremely avoidable. But instead of speeding challenges, this time the disaster happened after a girl decided to record a dancing video with some friends while holding a firearm. A real one. But
no. No. Oh my. Oh my god. How? What? Why? That is so dumb.
meet Mariah Clayton. At the time of this tragedy, she was a 20-year-old woman who was sentenced to 5 years in prison and pleaded guilty to accidentally shooting her friend Anaya Womack with an AR-15 in an apartment in Florida. This whole investigation started when the Jacksonville Sheriff's deputy car noticed a car speeding down the street at 90 miles an hour. The car also had their hazards on, headed straight to the closest hospital. So the officers then decided to follow the car because, well, they thought there was likely a real emergency going on here. And they were right, as the car was indeed in a critical situation. When they arrived to the hospital in Jacksonville, both the driver and Mariah left the car and told the police they had a shooting victim in the back seat who needed help as soon as possible.
I wanted to say, why didn't they just call an ambulance? And then I remembered it's America. Because ambulances are ungodly expensive in America. But still, you know, like life-death situation, I'd still rather call an ambulance and drive myself, because the ambulance can already try to help. And
the victim is Anaya Womack, a 19-year-old girl who had her life ended from a single gunshot wound to her stomach.
Anaya Womack's cousin, Autumn Redding, says that the family's in a lot of pain today.
The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says right now they don't know where the shooting happened. News4Jax reporter Marilyn Parker joining us live from JSO. Marilyn, police are questioning the 2 people who dropped Womack off at the hospital.
The police said that they don't know if those 2 people were good Samaritans or suspects in this case.
At first, the driver and Mariah claimed to the police that they had picked up Anaya and taken her to the hospital after finding her injured walking on the sidewalk in a very strange way. But that doesn't add up. I mean,
that checks out.
Has a serious wound to her stomach. She also has no shoes, no phone, no ID on her, nor a wallet. And she was just casually walking on the sidewalk at night alone.
So y'all just picked the lady up?
Yes, and we just seen like her maybe like she looked at like, you feel me?
Yeah, and they're also just randomly out at the night, seeing her on the street.
Like, you thought she was gonna fall, but
you can see the red on her shirt.
Right.
And you see, but you can see like a figure up the road, you feel me?
yeah, like she like
No accountability, man. Like, that's disgusting. No accountability. Like, it's just trying to save their own ass about it.
help. We just like, oh, okay, like we're gonna get you there.
Like, if it's an accident, it's an accident. You can't admit that. You're not gonna get, like...
Like, just stay up, like, don't die on us.
Right.
So we just put in the back, took her here. That's...
Got you.
We ain't trying to speed, but I'm telling you...
No, I got you. I figured something was up when you...
To get her here, like, you feel me?
That just raises even more questions. It's safe to say the cops did not buy that. They knew something was wrong from the beginning. So they ended up detaining both the driver and Mariah while they started investigating.
Do you dare stand up for me? Come on. Yeah, you're getting detained. Stand up.
Come on, boss.
Both of y'all. Come on. Because y'all were... I know you were there.
Who, me?
Yeah, so turn around and put your hands behind your back.
I ain't even do nothing, bro.
You were just being detained because you drove. Alright? So, we're going to figure it out. You're detained.
At least they're not resisting.
Until I find out the truth.
You gotta figure out the truth.
They're like... Bro, guns are not readily available in Germany as they are in America, and even I know. Never have your finger on the trigger. Always make sure that the safety is, like, on. Beware of, like, your target. Use both hands to aim. Use both eyes, not one eye. Be aware of what's behind your target. Do not ever aim it at someone, even if you think it's unloaded. Like... Never aim unless you want to kill. Yeah. And if you don't need to shoot, there's no reason to have it even loaded. Exactly. Why have a gun in the first place? It was a dance video, right? I don't know, they wanted to appear more gangster? Maybe?
Because the truth is a lot more powerful than an accident. So, if it's what it was, that's what it was. But until I find out the truth, because you wanted to give me a bullshit story at first, now I'm going to have to detain you until I get the real story. So I'll meet your phone at your armpit here.
I call my people.
Yep. After I figure out what the truth is. Come on.
Then to make the matter so much worse and confirm the initial suspicion, the police received a phone call shortly after alleging that both Anaya and Maria had been in the same apartment just an hour earlier. But they weren't only hanging out. They were recording TikTok videos. According to People.com, authorities said the report said that Womack, or Anaya, was filming Clayton, or Mariah, as she attempted to make the TikTok videos where Clayton popped out of the shower while using the rifle as a prop. Then...
What kind of skit is that anyway? Popped out of the shower while using a rifle as a prop? Yeah, why an AR-15? Like, why? Like, all of this is just dumb. It's just dumb.
At some point, the rifle discharged and struck Womack. What a stupid thing to be doing. She opened the shower
literally,
curtain.
like, why? Why is it loaded when you're doing a dance? Why?
With a loaded rifle and it fired? Come on, guys. Authorities said that Clayton was culpably negligent in the way that she handled the rifle. She was
Yeah, it's definitely negligent. First of all, they didn't want to admit to anything. Second of all, they didn't call an ambulance. They probably had her in the back of the car while no one was pressing on the wound. Girl was maybe unconsciousness while she was bleeding out. Hopefully she was conscious, so she could press down on it herself, but she died, so probably not.
Told by others in the apartment not to play with the rifle, but handled it anyway. Firearm safety 101. Don't point the firearm at anything that you're not ready to obliterate. It doesn't matter if you don't think it's loaded or not.
How bad it was a shot? He just said it was in the stomach. I don't know more.
Then on top of that, just never use firearms under the influence, which I suspect happened here, as clearly you're one slip up away from altering your family and other loved ones' lives forever. This is so unavoidable. Losing a life over a TikTok dance video should not happen, especially
shouldn't.
Oh, we're gonna do a funny shower curtain stunt. We're gonna open the shower curtain with a rifle. That's not worth losing your life over. It's depressing and frustrating that this entire situation is so avoidable. But anyway, after the police found out that she was ignoring her friends, telling her to not play with the rifle, that's when they started asking questions to the couple. And they eventually admitted that Anaya was injured during the incident at the apartment complex, where several other people were present, including Mariah. Not the driver, though. It turns out the driver had nothing to do with that. After questioning,
he was just
it
called
became
in
clear
or
that
what?
this guy was not involved. He was genuinely just trying to help, so he was released. Mariah, on the other hand, she was already off to a bad start by lying from the beginning. First, she told the police that she didn't know Anaya, even though that they'd been in the same room for several hours and recorded TikToks together the night of the incident. But since that lie didn't hold up for long, she was...
There was video footage of them being together! Firearm safety completely disregarded. Yeah! Also, how was the neighbor not hearing the shot? I don't know.
And the cops brought her in for an interview. And by the end of that interview, she was arrested, but not for the reason that you might think.
So we're all done.
For what?
Appreciate you talking to us and stuff. I do have some bad news, though. All right, you do have 2 warrants. It's not from us. It looks like, well, I mean, it's from JSO. It's not from us. It's not for this incident. It looks like you have a violation of probation for, I think it was what you were telling me, the criminal mischief or whatnot, vandalism with a car. It doesn't tell me what you violated. It just says the statutes, criminal mischief, which is vandalism.
Vandalism. Warrant
So
for
you got that
vandal.
warrant, and then I think it's via violation of probation and a failure to appear for a petty theft.
She wasn't booked for the shooting that night, but it turns out that she had some outstanding warrants.
Now it makes sense why she didn't want to give any of her info. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. When you have friends like that, yeah.
Previous to this incident. So the police kept working on the case in the meantime, even way after she was released, and went back to living her normal life. And you know, after going through that, you would think it would only be natural to assume that maybe you would
try to improve.
Actions, but instead,
Yeah.
she went right back to TikTok on her account, and she would record the same type of videos,
Still holding guns? This woman needs to be held accountable by law enforcement in a way that she should get jailed. For her own safety in the end. For her own safety and for everyone's safety around her. How do you... Oh.
and just doing everything like nothing ever happened. She didn't
throw her into an asylum. Bring back asylums,
learn
man.
a single thing from this incident. And it wasn't until 5 months later that the police would bring her back again to
5
talk
months
about these latest videos. And this time, they actually had a warrant regarding the case of Anaya.
What's your fascination with guns? Like, why do you like to be around guns?
I don't like to be around guns. I never asked nobody to come pull up on me with a gun.
Not like that.
Dudes carry guns.
Why do you hang around dudes who have guns? That a situation like happened when you had a gun and when you was around the gun happened. So why do you continue to hang around people?
She acts like a 14-year-old. She's in her 20s now or something. She acts like a 14-year-old. What is this?
We got pieces to show it.
Okay, I don't hang around nobody who have guns. That's somebody who's having their own gun.
Let me speak.
And coming around me. I don't hang with nobody around guns. I don't hang with nobody around guns.
She was arrested and sent to a trial a few months later. The judge then sentenced Mariah to 5 years in prison and 5 years of probation. But according
So both. So first 5 years in prison and after probation, right? That doesn't mean she's not in it. If I understand that correctly, right? If she's in prison, honestly, that's better for her own safety, damn it. The way she sits there, you can feel the I don't give a damn, I'm better than you attitude. Yeah. A 14-year-old would be freaking out. Due to what happened, she's a psychopath. Honestly, you do have a point. You do have a point there. Because her friend is no longer around because of her actions. But she just went right back to... How are you How can you be a person like this? What?
According to First Coast News, in a letter shared with the court the day Mariah pleaded guilty, she expressed a lot of regret for the incident and went on to say that the shooting was truly an accident and that she regrets not thinking it through. I wake up every morning wishing I did everything different. It's just a shame that no amount of hoping or wishing would bring her friend back.
I feel like that's lawyer talk, that the lawyer told her to say this. I don't think... I don't know. I have serious doubts that she's actually regretting this.
And this whole thing was just extremely avoidable. Not every day do we talk about incidents where, you know, making TikTok videos or social media content results in a fatal accident, but it is sadly becoming more and more common. As I've been covering the stuff that unfolds on social media for close to a decade now, and suddenly it's been a lot more now than what it was before. But this case is just another tragic reminder of how quickly things can spiral out of
Maybe TikTok should have stayed banned.
Control when some clout on social media takes priority over just some basic common sense. Because Maria's actions didn't only lead to the end of Anila's life, but also destroyed her own future and a family that night. And for what?
Yeah.
A few likes on TikTok? Really?
Yes.
It's really never worth it. The potential
It's
upside
not.
is nothing compared to that potential downside. But the fact that that happened and then she returned to just making the same type of content
As
like
if nothing
ever
happened.
that's also extremely shocking. But hopefully she at least learns from this. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. This TikTok...
Yeah. This is actually outrageous, and why shit needs to be more regulated, man. I miss OG TikTok when it was only cringy furry cosplay and lip syncing. Right? Like the lip syncing stuff. Can we just go back to that stuff? No one's harmed that way. Wasn't some ibuprofen challenge going around recently on TikTok? I don't know. What's that about? Sort of social pathetic demon psychopath behavior? As they'll simply latch onto anything else. Simply banning a popular social media app service isn't going to stop the content, you think? Yeah, that's also a good point. Like, if TikTok is banned, they're just gonna go to, I don't know, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, they're just gonna go elsewhere. Perfect pause. That reversed is what she's been. Cheers to the based folks. Back to lurking. Thank you. TikTok needs a strong moderation. It does. Yeah. It does. It does need to be hella regulated. I have no words. Paracetamol challenge? And what's that about? I genuinely have no words about this. Like, how do you become a person like this in the end, you know? How do you get here? Maybe that ban from social media till adult girls' parents were onto something. Maybe. Just take larger doses of paracetamol. Why is that a challenge? That's like so dangerous to do. That's so what? I remember a TikTok trend where people would basically break into cars and I remember that. I'm pretty sure we watched a video on that here. Like, I reacted to a video on that. Why? Like, it was a specific car which had like a security loop in it, I believe, which made it really easy to steal. Of course, the government tried to fix it. They'd likely use it as an excuse to force everyone to not be anonymous on popular social media, which would suck for privacy and by extension personal freedom. Yeah, it's really a double-sided edge, right? A double-edged sword. Yeah, that's the one. A double-edged sword. Well, one side, yeah, it does need to be regulated in a sense. It's important. And on the other side, but regulating it means less freedom and shit. But overdosing and medication challenge is up there with blackout challenge on the Darwin Awards, bro. Blackout challenge, bro. As yeah. It's video gaming doing this. IGN was right. Ban all gaming. Ban all gaming! All these crazy ideas that people could fly. It's English is improving? Is it? Thank you, if it is. Same as the Sleepy Chicken Challenge, aka taking chicken with coughing syrup, which contains paracetamol and other potentially dangerous Why? I remember one of the earliest challenges on the internet. Ice Bucket Challenge, right? Which was for like a charity thing, I believe. But after the Ice Bucket Challenge, it was the Cinnamon Challenge. An entire spoon of cinnamon. By the way, that's mostly banned now on social media, because that's really dangerous to do. It's just, go figure. It's dumb. TikTok, there needs to be regulation. I don't know. Parents need to be better parents. It's such a huge topic, right? Blue chicken with NyQuil. Okay, I think we're done. Thanks for watching, YouTube.